Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back with another Reddit Ask Me Anything with Crystal the Lovely Van Wyck. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Is that how do you say your name, Van Wyck? Or
It's actually Van Wyk, but it's Afrikaans. I don't expect people to be able to pronounce that properly.
it's all good. Okay, so you're making your debut. Were you supposed to fight before, or is this your first offer, and so you're taking this first fight?
Actually, I've been, me fighting for BKFC has been in the works for actually a few years because, years ago when BKFC was just starting to really explode, I actually wanted to fight, but then I came back to South Africa. Um, that was about 3 years ago. And then, obviously, they wanted to launch BKFC in Africa, and that was something in the works for a long time. And I didn't know how I was going to come from Africa and come fight in America again. But obviously, me moving back here, I've only been back about 3 weeks now. I was like, I'm good to go. Like, I'm ready now. Like, this is the time. So yeah, this is a long anticipated thing that's gonna happen.
So, are you looking to stay in the U.S. full time? Are you looking to get citizenship and move here full time, or are you going to go back and forth?
No, I'm gonna stay here full time, and maybe potentially go fight in a show like maybe BKFC Africa at some point. But um, gonna stay here full time.
Okay, so I talked to your husband. He said the reason he has no hair or very little hair is because he always has to arrange for you to travel with your pets. And he said it's the biggest pain in his butt for him to arrange to get pets and he said he's very poor and he has no hair because of you and your pets.
Basically, that's very true. I am very attached to my animals. I've got 2 dogs and 2 cats. And like I literally, like I say to him, I am not going unless they come with. And we've moved them. My 2 dogs have traveled with me 3 times back and forth from Africa to America. Like they like international travelers. The 2 cats we brought for the first time. So we traveled back here with 4 pets. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like if they couldn't come, I ain't coming.
So yeah, I was told like she has two daughters, but her real babies are the pets.
Absolutely, absolutely. No, my daughters are all grown. They're like adults now. I was a teenage mother, so that they big.
Okay, so we're gonna start off a little heavy. He was telling me that you come from depression was a major issue for you when you were younger, and addiction was a major issue, and that you were able to turn that all around with martial arts. So, would you like to
Yes.
go ahead and get into that for us?
Yeah, sure. Like, obviously, my background actually, I was a group fitness instructor back in South Africa. I taught fitness my whole life. I was a qualified trainer. Um, that's all I did all day. That was my full-time job. And when we moved to America years ago, sure, it could have been like 8 years ago, we moved to America for the first time. We actually came here for like Bible school. Okay, I know people are going to think this is crazy. We moved here to come to Bible school,
Okay.
and we gave up a year of our lives. We were not supposed to stay here, but what ended up happening, we ended up staying much longer than we anticipated, and I felt like I lost kind of purpose. I wasn't working, I wasn't teaching, and my husband at the time, he was working at the UFC gym. Where we were staying. So I was like, okay, cool. You know what? I went through like major depression. I was like I wasn't happy.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, come into the gym and just train. That's what you do. That's what you love. So just train, do the classes, and we can take it from there. So I came and I did some of the MMA class. I was like, my husband's a freaking MMA coach. Like I might as well. It's great training. Let me just do his training. I'd never done his classes before, which is very strange. But um, the first class I did, I was like, wow, I actually freaking like this. And then a lot of the guys were like, Crystal, you're actually freaking good at this. Don't you want to like do a jiu-jitsu tournament? And I was like, you know what? I wouldn't mind doing one just for fun, like just to say that I've done it, like a bucket list thing. So I ended up doing a jiu-jitsu tournament, and they were like, whoa, Crystal, like you really smashed it. Like I did so well against girls that had only been doing it. Like I'd only been doing it for, let me say, 3 months. And
Okay.
I went against girls that had been doing it for like 2 years, and I killed it. So I was like, okay, let me, and they were like, why don't you do an MMA fight? Like, you'd be good. I was like, Well, I've never backed down from a challenge. So let me do an MMA fight, And that first fight I had was with Fight Lab. I'll never forget it. It was like I was hooked. Like I literally like it stirred a fire in me that I couldn't, you know. I love fighting. I love martial arts. I fell in love with the sport completely. I overcame depression. I overcame addiction. I overcame everything because of it. So yeah.
Okay, so can you tell us a bit about your husband? He coached at the UFC. Like, you just build up tell us about him, please.
Yeah, so basically, he's been doing mixed martial arts his whole life, mainly jiu-jitsu and wrestling. That's his background. He competed himself, but he's actually had 3 heart attacks, a triple bypass.
Oh,
He's
wow.
like from a young age, at 27, he had his first heart attack, so he couldn't compete anymore or take the sport further. So,
Okay.
his passion is to coach. So he's been coaching his whole life, and obviously, like I said, he's the one who inspired me to start training and to start getting into mixed martial arts. And and we've actually had 3 gyms already. We've got a gym called Battle Room MMA, and I must say, like, I've trained and traveled all over the world. I've been to multiple gyms, trained with many coaches, and it's not just because he's my husband. It's because I truly believe he's a freaking amazing coach. So, and I wouldn't trade that for the world. He is my main coach. We still cross train at other gyms, but he's the one that trained me from scratch and got me where I am today in my striking. So, yeah, he's a good guy. He's a family man. And I don't know, I've got a lot of good things to say, but I go on and on and on.
Okay, so tell me this story. Can you tell me the first time you got knocked out?
I've never been knocked out, ever.
Okay, your husband said he knocked you out with a hook.
Okay, yes, one time. Okay. So this is, I can't believe he actually told you this. I'm actually upset about that. Okay, so one time I've been knocked out, because I've never ever been knocked out in a fight in my entire life. Let me touch wood, because that's not going to happen. But me and him were sparring, and the thing is, like, it's difficult when you're married and that's your husband, because it becomes challenging with training and
Sure.
coaching, etc. And so the one time we were sparring, and like, I guess he says I don't have a break, like, I just want to like go in there and just like, I don't know how to spar soft, as he would say.
Yes.
So I would like probably come in and maybe I like clipped him once or twice, and he just thought he's gonna teach me a little lesson, and he came with this overhand hook and he knocked me cold out, and I was like, whoa, so that's what it feels like to be knocked out. So that's the one time. It's never ever happened again.
So your husband was telling me, he said she doesn't like to wear headgear and she doesn't know how to go soft. He goes, like, when we fight, I have to tell her, Crystal, if you don't lighten up, I will start to beat the shit out of you. Like, he said,
Guys, I mean, I've actually had so much tear, like I've cried, like, because the thing is, it's not that I don't know how to go soft. I think that's just who I am. Like, it's actually something that's built in with me. Like, although a lot of the coaches and the schools I've been to over the years, I've taught to have a lot of self-control. But I think it's different when you're married and that's your husband, and like, you can kind of get emotional. The emotions get wrapped up, and if I connect him, and if I, try to like be a little bit more aggressive, then he teaches me. He teaches me good, I'm telling you.
okay, so I heard you're a super, like, friendly, you're a people person, you love to please people, but I also heard you are a mama bear. And then I heard anybody messes with your family or your pets, like, you turn into a completely different person.
That's true. That's true. I am like the friendliest person. Like, I love people, and like, I have a heart for people, That's actually my thing. Like, um I don't know, I'm a softie, I guess, in that way. But if people mess with my family or with my animals, oh my word, there's like something inside of me that switches, like, it's almost like that thing that switches when you're in a fight, because I feel like when you're in a fight, it's a switch on and a switch off kind of thing. And when I step into a cage or a ring, when I'm in there, I completely, my persona, who I am, it completely changes. It's a flip. So yeah.
Okay, so so you're fighting the other Crystal. She's actually your friend. Have you guys decided that loser has to change her names and it's going to be Crystal versus Crystal, or what's the plan for this?
I don't know. We haven't spoken about that. Like we are very good friends, and we've been like gym twins. Basically, that's what people used to call us because I'm Crystal, she's Crystal, and we used to like pitch up to training like in the same outfits like randomly, and we'd be like, "What the hell," you know? Anyways, I love her to bits and pieces. We've kind of walked a similar journey. So like I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I just know when it's in there, it's business. You know,
Yeah,
outside of it, outside of the ring, outside of the squared circle, whatever it's gonna be, we're friends. But when that day when we step in there and we fight, it's business. I've fought my friends before. It's gonna be a little bit different because she's more of my friend than the other girls were. But um, it's still business when you're in there. She's gonna fight her heart out. I'm gonna fight my heart out. She wants to win. I want to win. We're both hungry for that. So I think it's gonna make a great fight actually. And afterwards we'll be friends still. You
sure.
know, it's all respect at the end of the day and love and respect.
Yeah, she was telling us. She said we're the same height, we're the same weight, we both have the Muay Thai background. She goes,
Yeah.
it's weird that it's almost like a mirror copy of each other fighting
It's
each other.
gonna be crazy. Like I'm excited to see what it's gonna be like. I just think it's gonna be a great fight. I think it's gonna be good.
Okay, so BKFC Africa asked me to ask you if you could teach us some African. Like maybe
Like
like
Afrikaans.
yeah, Afrikaans. Sorry, yes. If you could teach us a couple words in Afrikaans.
Okay, so because my name's Crystal the Lovely, I can teach you I love you. I love you would be ek is lief vir jou. So ek
X
is
S
lief
Lif.
vir
I can't say that. Fran.
ek is lief vir jou.
Ekes lefre. Yo.
Yeah. There we go. Not bad, not bad, not bad. And then what else? What else? Is there something you want to know? You tell me and I can tell you.
I guess like bare knuckle boxing, has that got something different, or like
No,
no?
it actually wouldn't. It wouldn't be different in Afrikaans.
Okay.
I know Afrikaans is such a like straight like people actually say it's quite a tough language.
Yeah, that was I'm but a simple-minded gator wrestler, so that was a lot for me to learn to speak Afrikaans.
That was a lot, eh?
Yeah.
But you did very well. Well done. It's not easy. No.
I'll be an honorary Afrikaans. I'm like Mike Perry, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Why not? Why not?
Okay, so Mike Perry is 2% African. You know, he's got it in his
I
DNA.
saw something like that. What was that about?
I guess he did the DNA test and it said he was 2%. So he said he's an honorary African. Do you accept that?
Hilarious.
Yeah.
That is so funny. Because I saw he was like on a podcast with I'm pretty sure it was Drickus or somebody.
Right.
Yeah, you know Drickus, the guy that just won the title in the UFC, you know. I saw something like that and I was wondering what that was about. Okay, so he reckons he's like a little bit of African in him.
Yeah.
Fine.
Okay, so you've said that you've traveled all over. Like, where has fighting taken you?
Okay, well, obviously all over America and South Africa. Yeah, I've only fought in America and South Africa, but I've fought in different places, you know, like different cities within. And I've also, like, through being here, I've traveled to Hawaii, I've traveled to London, I have traveled the world. But so fighting's taken me to America. I've been everywhere in America through fighting, but you know, as a individual person, I've traveled a lot. Yeah.
So your husband said you're looking, like, you and him are looking to leverage some of like BKFC experience and like build your guys' brand. And then what's your ultimate goal for you and your husband?
Actually, you know, in a few years' time, when I decide I want to retire, my big dream, my goal, my heart, my passion is I want to have some kind of huge facility that's on a beachfront somewhere in America. And I want to have like a Tiger Muay Thai setup.
Yep.
But it's really to help people that are lost, that feel like they don't have purpose, people that are struggling with addiction and depression. And like, I would like to get them into a program with us, where they work, they coach at the gym, they live at the gym, and then we kind of help them, give them tools to overcome battles in their life, help them to overcome the way I did through mixed martial arts. Because I really believe that mixed martial arts is a huge key. A lot of people are medicated, they on antidepressants, they can't get through a normal day without medication. And I feel mixed martial arts has helped mental health. You don't have to be on medication if you do mixed martial arts.
Right.
And I believe that it gives you a purpose and a passion to move forward in life again. And I want to be able to give that to other people, help other people. So that's my dream.
Yep. That's what he told me. He said you guys tend to attract those who don't have a lot of money and those that are kind of odd. And he said that you guys love to be able to help those people that need it. And he goes we don't want to charge, he's like we want to
Don't
like
charge, no.
Yep. So
Yeah. So we build family. We build a real community and family. And wherever we've gone in South Africa, we've had Battle Room MMA, and we never charged for training. And we built like a small group of people that really became our family. And even here in America, and we want to do that again. So that is the goal.
okay, so in your fight, I mean, you're clearly you're going to go for the knockout, or like, I mean, you got that power in those little 115-pound hands of yours, or
I'm actually an atom weight. I'm doing this fight at 115, I guess, because I know Crystal's my size.
right?
But I'm, big little secret over here. I'm totally going for the atom weight title for BKFC. I know they don't have one yet, but
Okay, I was gonna say,
yeah.
I thought you were breaking news that maybe Jules had told you they were adding one, but yeah.
No, but I'm sure that that's something they can come up with. And then obviously I want to do the bare knuckle Muay Thai. I want to do that too. So for this fight, I feel like it would be unfair to disclose what I feel inside because Crystal's my
Your hands over the microphone. I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Because Crystal's my friend, I feel like I'm not gonna give the secret away what I feel how the fight's gonna end. But obviously I do have a plan, of course, and I do believe at the end of the day somebody is gonna win.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I can leave that, like, let's leave that till then for the podcast afterwards.
Sounds good. Yeah, so that's what Crystal said. She goes, if you offered me a Muay Thai bare knuckle fight, she goes, I'll fly over there and fight in 2 days. She goes, that's my goal too. So that's great. So maybe you guys fight here, and then you guys go over and represent America and South Africa and fight maybe some Thai
that
fighters.
Would be so awesome. Absolutely. I never thought about that. Smart girl.
Yeah. That's what you guys will be like having an ice pack on, heading over there, and then you go fight some more, right?
Yeah, great minds think alike.
Okay, when you grew up, did you grow up kind of rough and tumble, or like, can you tell us about your upbringing?
Yeah, so look, South Africa is not America. South Africa is a third world country. Everything there is tough. I'm just being honest, like people struggle financially. You don't have state of the art training facilities. Like back in South Africa, I trained in an old school boxing gym. Sparring was tough. I came out with bloody noses and black eyes every single time. They don't go easy on you. You literally train and you vomit, like it's hectic. And my upbringing, it wasn't an easy upbringing. I've got amazing parents. I've come from an amazing family. I was very blessed, but I would say that Africa is not for the faint-hearted. It's tough, there's fights wherever you go, people are fighting on the street. Like for instance, if you go to a bar in South Africa, every bar that you go to will have a bar. There will be a bar fight, at least 1, 2, or 3 fights every time, and you will see people fighting in the street. People do get stabbed. It's not like people get shot. People get stabbed. People are going to hospital for freaking like street fighting. And the kids are like at young ages, that's what they do for fun. They fight. They bare knuckle box in the street for fun to earn respect, So I think Africa is it's a tough place it's amazing. It's beautiful. Cape Town, where I come from, is beautiful. It's a tourist destination. But it's not easy. Like the struggle is real. People are kind of, I don't want to say spoilt in America, but kind of are, you know. We have load shedding in South Africa. Like most of your day is no power, you
Yeah.
know, so you got to improvise with that. We've trained in the dark many times. So yeah, it's interesting.
It's so interesting to hear because like we've interviewed two South Africans before, and when I interviewed Tommy, he's over there. He said, "Hey, it's got to be between this time and this time because I don't have power otherwise." And then
Yeah.
when we interviewed Jeremy, he said, "Oh yeah, like every night we'd go to the bar and we'd look for a guy to get in a game of punch face." He goes, "That's what we did for
That's
fun."
normal. That's
Yeah.
normal. That's what South Africans do. We fight.
Do you
I think South Africans make tough people.
right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Do you remember your very first time you got in a fist fight?
Yeah, I do.
Can we hear it?
Okay, so shucks, I hope the girl doesn't ever watch this podcast, but it's fine, doesn't matter. It's a long time ago. So when I was like, okay, besides me fighting with my sisters,
Sure.
I'm actually a twin,
Okay.
and then I have a younger sister. Besides us fighting when we were kids, like I don't know, we used to fight all the time. When I was about maybe 15, yeah, I was about 15. I went to a party, and I always had these girls that used to like come at me because, you know, my dad. Okay, my dad. I have the best dad in the world. He was a mercenary, in South Africa. He went to Angola and all the countries, and he brought us up. I grew up in army clothes and stuff, you know. So my dad brought us up in a certain way, and basically my dad was like the best dad ever. He used to braid our hair. He used to do everything for us. He's just such a good. My mom is amazing too, but I'm a daddy's girl, so you
Okay.
know. So he brought us up a certain way, and anyways, I got sidetracked now, but basically when I was 15, I went to this party, and these girls, they used to like really, they used to come at me. I don't know what it was because my daddy did my skirt, but he made it too short.
Okay.
And the thing is, in South Africa, we wear uniforms at school, and we weren't allowed to have the skirt a certain, like, it's not allowed to be above your knees, but mine was like way above the knees. And because like we didn't have that much money, like my dad went to him and he said, "Hey, I made a mistake with her skirt. And, she's going to have to wear it. She wears shorts underneath it, but she's going to have to wear it like that. I can't buy her a new one." And so, anyways, I had these girls that used to like really come at me because my skirt was so short, like, and then one day when I was at a party, this girl, like, she would like bumped into me, and I just lost it. I saw black, and I just know I had her up against a car, and I was like, I was I was beating on her. But the thing is, I did something so terrible, which I really regret. But anyways, I took my high heel shoe off at the time, and I kind of like went for her and clipped it on her face, and she had a big cut like across her face that she had to have stitches, And from that time on, I was like, I'm never ever, I felt so bad because she was a
Sure.
very, very pretty girl, And the thing is, I realized that I had a bit of a temper, and I had a bit of I want to say, a bit of an anger thing that became quite like progressively over the years. I got into a lot of fights with females. And I didn't want, I'm glad that I got into mixed martial arts because it's something that really helped me to have self-control. Yeah.
So you don't have the temper? Do you road rage, or are you able to get
No,
rid of all
I
that?
actually, when I get it, I have control over it now. It's amazing.
Awesome.
I don't have it anymore. Like, if a girl can literally hit me at the back of my head in a bar now, and I'll be able to walk away from it. Because I'm thinking about my future. I'm thinking about it's not worth it. I'm thinking about I'll just like destroy this chick in 2 seconds. So let me just
Yeah.
leave it, kind of thing. So I think, I don't know. Yeah, mixed martial arts helped me with a lot.
Awesome. Okay, so if people want to follow you, is Instagram, Facebook, where should people reach out to you?
Yes, they can follow me on my Instagram, Crystal_Van_Wyk, WYK. And then obviously Facebook, I'm Crystal Herbert van Wyk.
Okay.
So yeah, they can find me there, and I'm sure they can catch me on BKFC, my debut. I'm pretty sure that after the debut, that people will know who I am.
Awesome. Well, we look forward to seeing you, and hopefully we get to talk to you again soon.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
How do you say thank you in Afrikaans?
Dankie.
Dankie. All right, dankie.
Dankie. Dankie baie.